kind of nice. I like this RV stuff, man. I don't have to talk to anybody, don't have to go in anywhere. We have everything contained here. We got to stop at the bathroom. We have a bathroom, food, we can cook. We just stopped for lunch right now. Decided to prop up our little portable solar panel here to charge our Rock Pals power station, and Chris is inside with the cats making lunch. I'm gonna go in there and check it out. But yeah, this is just nice. Just pull out, just pull out here and let's see what's going on. Ooh, that smells good. Kitten's in here. Hi. Got the kitten over there. Got the wife making some food. Cool stuff out there going on. No, this is like super nice. I love this. Just pulling over anywhere on the side of the road, turn on the propane, cook. Any distance though we're driving, it's literally twice as long. Supposed to do a 4-hour drive today. We left at 9:30. It is now, what time is it? Like 11?
12:20.
12:20. So we've been on there over 3 hours and we still have another, supposed to be a 4-hour drive, and we still have another like 2 or 3 hours left. So definitely can't be in a hurry with an RV. So yeah, we're just gonna have a quick lunch and then we are gonna continue on the road and find our camp spot for the night. So I have been just scouring Google Maps over the last couple of weeks before this trip, looking over hiking blogs and overlanding blogs and 4x4 blogs and things like that, because I found an old film photographer had a portfolio of things in the Mojave Desert, and I found some interesting rock formations that I had never seen before online anywhere. Going over Google Maps and old back roads and BLM land roads, and Chris is not happy with me. We found this area we camped at, and we've been driving down this road, and it's pretty heavy 4-wheel drive, and Chris is not really into that so much. So a fun ride. So I asked her to get out and get some B-roll, and she was just too stressed out. She couldn't even get out of the car because it was pretty heavy rocks. But this place is so awesome. So we're driving down this road. I decided to pull over. We got like really cool, it looks like a dam. Looks like a dam built into these rocks here. These rocks have such an interesting formation and colors. There's just stripes everywhere, and just this place is absolutely fantastic. Hey Chris, what'd you think about that road so far? Now there is literally nobody out here. We saw a couple of Jeeps coming back. We're here for a few days. I wanted to stay here and camp. Well, we're right off the road. You can come back onto this road here, and I had no idea what it looked like or how to get to it. I didn't even know if it was possible. Now we have a couple of days to come back in here and try this area out, and it looks just absolutely fantastic. Chris just said she saw some petroglyphs, so we're walking over here. I always wonder if you see these out in the middle of nowhere, if they're real or not. Let's go check these out though. Oh yeah, oh, a bunch of them. Check this out, guys. I'm definitely no expert, but it looks like here someone tried to do something similar. You see an S right here. It's like a D almost. So I don't know if like some of these are actual petroglyphs, or if maybe somebody came by later on and tried to like copy or put their own dumb stuff there. Oh, it makes me upset because this is so cool. If this is real, it's absolutely fantastic. And like I said, we're so far out in the middle of nowhere. It's such a rough road that literally no one comes back here. We don't even see footprints in this little slot canyon we found either. So, oh man, this place is just fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, I gotta get a shot of this here. I didn't bring the tripod or anything. I wanted to just come up here with the Z6. So all the shots you're seeing here are all just kind of handheld, bumping up the ISO. This place is just, it is unreal. Chris may not feel the same way about the drive. What a beautiful, beautiful place. So here's how you can tell fake petroglyphs from real ones. Somebody I think is being a wise guy here. People can't just leave stuff alone. They got to, you know, be artistes out in the wilderness, which is, at this point, it's graffiti, I think. But anyway, all right, heading back to the truck now and pushing on. We made it down about 6 miles on this rough road and taking us about 2 hours to do. Chris said she would not do this with me again on this road. So we stopped and decided to explore the area. I wanted to get down to an old road that you have to actually hike on that I found on Google Maps, but it's, like I said, it's a bit far. So we're gonna just stop now. We started a little bit too late. So we're exploring these red rocks now in these amazing colors. Chris is doing a little shot on some rock that have some interesting patterns. And then we're gonna slowly start making our way back to camp. We saw a lot of stuff coming in. Like these stripes on these rocks and the colors are worth stopping for and taking photos, and not just going all the way to the end where I wanted to go hike to. So just went another, I don't know, 50 feet and pulled over again because there are some seriously cool patterns here in these rocks. Oh, that is awesome. Not sure if that's a good photo or not. Either cool either way. All right, now time to move on. Guys, we found an area that warrants me getting out the tripod and the long lens. We have some, of course, more interesting patterns up here, but they're up high. So what I want to do is, I tried doing a couple of handheld shots with the long lens, but I want to sit here with a tripod. This is probably one of the more interesting rocks that we've seen. So what I've done here is tilted my camera to the side so everything looks straight. Such a cool little scene with all the cracks and the stripes. You got these cracks going diagonal from the bottom left corner up to the right, but then you have all of these horizontal stripes that are going across the frame. All the different textures and colors. It's just, what a fascinating scene. This is why I wanted to set up the tripod. I can zoom in and start picking out these details, and I can, instead of shooting handheld, I can sit on the tripod and just really observe what's going on in the scene, and I can start picking out parts of it and really experimenting with the focal range. And I can't do that if I'm hand holding. It's a bit tougher to do.
So we didn't shoot anything last night for sunset. We were more or less just driving that gnarly road back and looking for compositions, but couldn't find anything, you know, super catchy. So we called it a night. Today we did a few unpleasant chores. Okay, we're taking a break today to do our chores, fill up our water and dump. What do you think about dumping, Mike? What's going on over here? How is the RV life, Mike? And now we're unfortunately heading back out that road. I have to say, I really don't like that off-road driving. It's just, I don't know, it makes me sick and I don't feel comfortable. Just not my cup of tea. I rather walk. Even though it's a long distance, I'd rather walk. But anyway, the photos that I took just with my phone yesterday, I liked so much that I really want to go back today. So we're driving out there again today and look and see if we can find these rocks and these beautiful rock patterns again.
All right, we're back. We made the drive again. Chris was okay with it this time. I think, you know, doing it a couple of times yesterday made her feel a little more comfortable. So we are back in the beautiful rocks here. I don't even know what this place is called. We're back in the hidden rocks. We're gonna call them the hidden striped rocks. Yeah, I'm gonna probably walk up the road a little ways and find a place for sunset with maybe a big open shot. Also keeping an eye on some of these smaller scenes like we did yesterday, because these clouds are really high altitude clouds. They're nice and wispy, so it looks like we might have a really colorful sunset. I'd like to be at least prepared for that. It's so nice that there's no destination. You know, a lot of times we have spots we want to go see. Now there is a spot I want to go see here, but it's pretty far away, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to make it on this trip. But to be able to just walk and, like I said, not have a destination and just explore. I find like this area, we've only seen 2 Jeeps in the last 2 days we've been out here, and that was it. And I just don't feel like this place has really been photographed either at all or very little. And the fact that I'm able to just hike up this road and explore these little canyons and all these rocks with the patterns and everything, that I stand a pretty good chance of taking photos that, you know, of things that have probably never been photographed before. And to me, that's just, it's the icing on the cake of a great trip.
I ditched Mike, and now I'm walking along a wash that is probably only filled every few years because it's a very dry area, and I'm just walking up that wash right now and looking for the same compositions that I found yesterday just with my phone. And I took some photos just so I can remember what I was looking for or what attracted my eye in the first place. This is the mission for today, finding these spots again and maybe even find a few new ones. Also, just listen to that. It is completely silent, magical if it's just so silent, and I'm just all by myself. As I said, I ditched Mike. He's going to explore a slot canyon. It is just quiet, and right now when I'm talking to the camera, I can hear my echo, but that is about it. So I'm gonna push on and see if I find the first composition that I took yesterday, and I will talk to you guys when I get there.
It's this cool little rock area that I wanna see if I can photograph because we got some designs in the rock and stuff. It's just absolutely fascinating. I'm gonna try with the 50 mil. Alright, that was fun. It's a cool little spot, so I'm going to push up out the road. I want to get up a little bit higher to see if I can, there was a slot canyon I thought I saw yesterday that I want to try and find, and also get up higher than these rocks. This road keeps going uphill, and I want to try and find a high point, like I said, in case I get this colorful sky. So, on we go.
I'm just about 5 more minutes into the trail. I'm already on my 3rd photo here, and all of these are photos that they're not even the photos that I took with my phone yesterday, and I'm just loving it. It's absolutely amazing. I always like to have projects with my photography, and one that I talked to you guys a few days ago, or in a few videos ago for you, was maybe having a calendar or a book just dedicated to trees. Another project that I want to do is abstracts, and this area is absolutely brilliant for this. The colors in the rocks are just breathtaking. Some areas are that slight pink and others are vibrant magenta and orange. In the area here at the bottom of the wash, the rocks are just polished, so they're very smooth from the water running over it for like hundreds of years, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Let me show you here one of the compositions that I think is absolutely worth taking and talking about. What I love about this photo is just the subtle colors. It's so soft and pink, and the whole area here just has these colors and these lines that come through. And this one area is with a little bit more orange, and I think it stands out so absolutely beautiful. As if somebody just took a paintbrush with a little bit of orange and just marked the area. I am just absolutely speechless.
for this place. I can't even put into words. Like, there's just, my first instinct is to get up high, which I might do later. Photograph, like try and fit this whole area into a landscape shot, these clouds. But the beauty, the real uniqueness of this place is the details. It's just, patterns in the rocks are amazing. Oh, something lives here. We got bones. We got bones, probably like a bighorn sheep or something like that. Maybe a deer. Hopefully not a person. No, it looks like something smaller. Either bighorn sheep or maybe something even smaller than that, like a coyote or something, but so many things to explore. Alright guys, well I've set up on a little shot here that has a little bit of sky. So I have this awesome little red bush that's in a crevice of the rock, and the crevice starts at the bottom of my frame, and then I have in the foreground here that beautiful little, it's a bush but it has so much personality to it. You know, all these bulbs at the very end, and it's just the shape of it is really nice. And then you have all these curvy lines coming from the right and then the left. It's like a zigzag, so it starts at the bottom going up towards the left, and kind of the close mid ground, some lines going up towards the right, and then you have these mid-ground rocks going back towards the left, and then the background rocks going back towards the right. So it's kind of taking your eye on a zigzag path all the way through the frame, and then you have the clouds going back left towards the top left again. So it just rounds it out nicely, and it's just a nice little scene that I am absolutely happy with. Wow, I'm gonna say it a million times in this video. This place is just mind-blowing.
And just now I found the one that I was looking for the most. It was the photo that I liked the most on my phone when I went through the photos again last night in the trailer. And it was really what stood out for me of this whole canyon. This might be crazy for some people, you know, because it's like a beautiful landscape and I'm just looking at the rocks. But I'm just fascinated with these little abstract scenes. The scene that I'm talking about here is the underside of a rock, which has a pattern that is almost circles or bubbles. So the rock itself is more or less yellow with some hues of orange, and then these little bubbles that I'm talking about are a beautiful pink color, and it just looks so fascinating to me.
Alright, well that place was just absolutely amazing. Now, time to head back down and see if I can find Chris. She went to the area we went to yesterday. All she did was take iPhone photos. I just took some handheld shots with the Z6. Now we're heading back over here again, see if I can find her.
I love this. This is so exciting for me. I don't know. So what I did is I added the crop information to my preview on my display here of my Canon 1DX, and what I was looking for is the square crop. I will show you right now how that looks here on the screen, and I think this can help you find your photo if you have cropping information on the display, because it helps you eliminate distractions on the left and on the right. And what I like very much about this scene right here is that wave at the bottom, which is like a darker part where probably a lot of water comes through and just leaves this pattern here. So I think the square crop works pretty well with this photo here, because everything points to the center. There is that darker line at the bottom which forms almost something like a wave, and then there is one crack diagonal from the top left to the bottom right corner, and another one that's coming in from the right top corner. And I think everything just that you're looking at is drawing you to the center of this photo. The settings for most of these photos are pretty straightforward. I use a tripod, even though I could probably handheld a lot of these photos, but I just want to make sure that they're sharp, because you know, with the shaking of your hands can always add a little blurriness to your photo, which I don't want in this case. And then in some of the areas I took 2 or 3 photos to later focus stack together, just because the front of my lens was not always parallel to my subject, which means that it can be soft in just one area of the photo, and I didn't want that. Other than the focus stacking and the use of a tripod, I mostly, for almost all of the photos, I use f10, because that's more or less the sharpest aperture on my 24-70 lens here. And then my aperture is 1/10 of a second, and my ISO is 100. I'm also using a 2-second timer, which I almost always use for my photos. See you in a second.
Okay. Found Chris and she's been photographing these rocks here in this canyon. Gonna stay here for a little bit longer. The light is nice and flat here in the canyon, which is nice. Not any harsh shadows or anything. So I'm gonna walk up just where Chris was for a little bit and see if I can shoot something a little bit different than what she did. But man, she got some awesome stuff. So I'm gonna move over here a little bit. Oh, we got a photographer in the wild over here. What you doing? Taking pictures of rocks? Sounds boring. Anything good there?
I think so. Nothing that Instagram will like.
Making Ben Horn proud?
Hopefully.
Like those frozen chicken wings weren't sitting very good with my belly. They crap my pants. Like a cop when I shit myself.